So, this is the new Honda Accord. Looks like the old Honda Accord after some kind of rolling pin incident. It is 5mm lower and 80mm wider for better aerodynamics, stability and passenger comfort.
But the lines are sharper, the wheel arch is bolder, and on this ES-GT model you even get an aggressive aero kit, complete with chiselled chin spoiler. One slight snag, somehow the whole design conspires to make these 17-inch alloys look tiny. Never mind, onwards and upwards as they say, especially upwards as it happens since Honda has set its sights high here, gunning for the likes of Audi, BMW, Mercedes and Lexus. Let's start on the inside.
The Accord's interior is really rather striking, with smart dials and a snug cockpit-like feel. Ignoring this thing, there's no joystick though, just the usual steering wheel.
One that is, however, somewhat overburdened with additional controls. You can't help thinking that an airbag deployment would see you buckshot with buttons.
But if it's a joystick you're after, look no further than the gear lever. Light, fast, accurate. Like most Hondas, the Accord has a transmission of absolute joy. Every gear change is a mechanical epiphany. But it needs to be.
Because this entry-level 2-litre petrol engine is also typically Honda, which is to say, a bit gutless. It has all sorts of high-tech variable valve timing trickery, but the resulting 154 bhp doesn't turn up until 6,300 RPM. Just 400 RPM below the red line. You really do have to rev the nuts off this thing. Sadly, the gear shift indicator disagrees. It starts blinking at you to change up almost as soon as the car started moving. Honda claims real-world fuel savings if you follow its advice, but in practice all it wants to do is put you in 6th. 30 miles an hour in 6th gear? That's not very clever. You'll be using the joystick a lot. As for the handling, Honda specifically benchmarked the BMW 3 Series, cheerfully ignoring the inherent dynamic differences between
Front-wheel drive,
like the Honda,
rear-wheel drive,
like the BMW. To be fair, the Accord is pretty sharp, but the sports suspension fitted to this GT model generates a curious rocking motion through high-speed bends and a fidgety ride. So much for premium composure.
Audi certainly won't be losing any sleep over the interior plastics either. This main section here feels weirdly gritty, and these spars are too cheap. But the Accord may have a secret weapon: technology. This car's advanced navigation package has sat-nav, Bluetooth, reversing camera, but also something called GPS Dual Automatic Climate Control, which calculates the position of the sun in order to regulate cabin temperature more effectively. Whoa.
Obviously, it also has voice recognition. Other options include a collision mitigation braking system and lane keeping assist system. Apparently it is still possible to crash, but only with considerable dedication. This Accord, as tested, will set you back nearly £22,000, pricing that puts it firmly in amongst that tough, premium level competition. It's well equipped and has some neat touches. Existing Accord owners love their cars, and reliability is likely to be immense. But it's more geek chic than thrusting executive leader. So, the good points. We'd forgive you if you bought this car just for the gearbox. The Accord handles pretty nicely too, and the high-tech design looks good and functions well. Bad points are, it is a little expensive. Some of the interior plastics are a little bit strange, and you need to work that engine hard to make the most of it.